All right.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Plan B Esports Super Mario Odyssey 90% Open Tournament. We're back with another Division D match. Today we've got RemiTh3Rat versus Monica. I'm really excited for this matchup. I know both of them quite well. They're both very active members of my community. And they're also pretty good friends, so I think it will be a really fun race. I'm here with the wonderful RemiTh3Rat. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm glad that I can be here with you commentating this, and I'm excited to see how this will turn out because I think it's going to be really close, as you said, considering their PBs are really close to each other as well. So yeah, I can't wait for this to start.
Yeah, exactly. Like going into the tournament, they were quite far apart in seeding. You know, Remy is 8 versus 12 for Monica, which in this bracket does mean quite a big PB gap. But Monica PB'd today, this morning at like 2 a.m. By over a minute. So now she's actually super close to Remy, and I think it could be a seriously tight matchup. So I am excited.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Monica's webcam is quite something. Maybe a little bit distracting, I don't know.
It's
But
fine.
of course, we've got the wonderful Rat PNG tuber. And there they go, they're off.
Let's go.
The race has begun. So yeah, good luck to both runners. I hope you all perform as best as you can. And let's see how this goes.
I'm actually really excited to see this because I'm not really aware of what the, I say, quote unquote, beginner strats are nowadays.
Yeah.
Because I started playing this game really long ago, like
Yeah.
must be 3 years ago now, and I'm sure strats have changed even for people at this level. So I'm excited to see what both of them will go for and how the strats will differ from each other.
Yeah, exactly. And there definitely should be a lot more variety in strats, because as you get to a higher level, you know, you just kind of everyone does the same thing, the same kind of movement in the same places, and it's often not as interesting. But there might be quite a big difference. You know, we might see one of these runners going for some trick that the other one doesn't, and that sort of thing. So there could be a few lead turnovers and anything like that.
Yeah. Ooh. Close call by Monica there, nearly falling off the bridge. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that would be really unfortunate. But they both made it over into Frog Room.
Comes away louder than game audio. We might need
That's
to.
fine. We'll just whisper from now. We'll just do ASMR commentary.
Yeah.
How are you guys today?
I just wanted to commentate the race today. Didn't sign up for ASMR.
I'm sure chat didn't sign up either. Here we go. Some nice frog vectors there from Monica. Looking good. And heading up top hat tower. Let's see how clean their right sides are. Remy kept all of their speed around the tower. Monica did get stuck on a couple of the houses, which is to be expected. I think that right side movement is really hard. I don't know about you.
I think I started doing left side way too early because I just couldn't do right side.
Yeah, it's so difficult to keep your speed around.
Yeah.
I still struggle nowadays in categories where you have to go up.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's weird because you'd think that you could just hold right because the camera kind of shifts with the curve of the tower.
Yeah.
But you do have to adjust the angle because it obviously curves around and isn't just straight.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. They both did super clean topper fights. And actually, only like 1 second difference between them. Monica did manage to make up some time in the second half of cap there, so that's really cool. And yeah, their PBs are really close. I mean, especially for Division D, PBs that close is like really, really close. Because even in the higher divisions, where, you know, the PB distances mean a lot more, 20 seconds is still very close for 2 PBs, so in a slower division, that's basically the same thing.
Yeah, they're pretty much perfectly tied at this point. Playing captures here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the next big trick, I guess, that's coming up is Dino Skip, obviously. I assume that both runners will go for that. But it's still, I still mess it up sometimes. You don't know.
It's not easy. It's
hard.
not easy, no, yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah, and it's especially easy, even if you get the jump off the trampoline, to miss the arena in whatever way at the top, so hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah, I've done that too many times.
Yeah.
There's this certain spot.
The spot.
The spot, you know, right?
Yeah, I know the spot.
looks like you would totally make it, but it just doesn't work, and that's so frustrating if you hit
Yeah,
that.
it's really annoying, and especially, you know, as a beginner, you're probably not either you're not super aware where that spot is, or even if you are, it's kind of hard to control where you go with the dinosaur and with the dive, so it's basically RNG whether they hit that one spot. But Monica going up looks absolutely fine, loads of height. Same thing for Remy taking a bonk, but still managing to make it into the fight, no problems
Very
there.
clean.
Yeah, I can definitely tell. So Monica is a very new runner of the game. She only started a few months ago, I think. And Remy has been playing for a couple of years on and off, you know, doing any percent, doing different categories, that sort of thing. So I think their playstyles might actually be quite different. I feel like Monica, who's been improving really fast, might have some, you know, really fast movement in spots, but maybe it'll be a little inconsistent. Maybe she's going to take a few more falls and bonks in places. Whereas I think Remy, we're going to see the kind of slower, more consistent movement where they might lose time in the little segments between moons, but overall it could end up being faster than Monica, just depending on how few of those mistakes they make.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like these are the two kind of playstyles that you can follow. Either go for tricks that are risky,
Yes.
so you might lose a bunch of time, but the tricks, if you get them, save time, or just play consistently with a little bit slower movement, but gain time overall.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, neither's better than the other. Both types of playstyles make it into even high level times. But in races, you're definitely looking for that consistency. And I do hope that both runners, but especially Monica, does try and slow things down a little in key places and just make sure that the run doesn't completely die, or it could have been avoidable.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, there's an example right there. We see that spin pound triple jump. That was super clean, and that's movement that I expect from like a 105, 106 runner or below.
Yeah, and that probably saved a second or two of the movement that Remy did.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Just the jump dive. But, you know, I mean, Remy is still slightly ahead out of Cascade, so we can see the... I guess it's like... Do you know the tortoise and the hare? Did you have that story when you were younger?
I'm not sure. I think I do, because, well, if you don't know, Chad, I'm German, so it's all different in Germany, but I think I remember something like that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's similar. I'm actually surprised how close they are, even out of Cascade. I think this
Yeah,
might
that's
actually be,
really impressive, yeah.
if they continue to play like this might be a race that's actually decided on big mistakes that lose minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and Remy got a pretty good Cascade exit there too. I think Remy's Cascade exit would have made DSTA. I assume they're not going for it, but that's really encouraging to see when runners start to get... Maybe not with that cutscene skip.
That lost a good second.
Yeah, but when runners start to get those consistent Cascade exits, then it opens up to a lot more time saving sand.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you, Dan. I don't know what prompted them to tell you to say that, but I appreciate it.
Does that mean that they don't like me because they only mention it for you?
I know, that's dreadful. That's
That
dreadful.
is so mean.
Yeah. Alright, Remy took a bonk on the fountain there, but still managed to get the bird. Monica, almost missing the bird, managed to grab it just in the last second, kind of evening out the times there, both entering into Rumble Room at the same time. That's already like 3 lead swaps we've seen.
Yeah. That's the kind of numbers you'd expect from like a high level race.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, and it looks like they are both doing the same sand route, which is good to see.
I'm actually excited to, like, I have no idea what the sand route is going to be like. It's been so long for me. Are they going to do
Ooh, Monica's way too far down. Yeah, there you go. That's unfortunate.
Oh, did a Nicro.
Yeah. I mean, she had the camera facing backwards there, which isn't inherently a problem, but I think most runners try and keep the camera in a consistent spot there because it's just so hard to tell where the moon is if you change it around.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, Kyle likes you too, Killian.
Yeah, I'm glad.
It's okay.
Alright, no sand jump from either runners, which is fair enough.
Yeah, that's to be expected. Monica taking the staircase up, Remy going for the slightly faster icicle strat. Let's see if they get the bullet bill minute. Not quite, unfortunately. The Bulbul is going to crash here, and they're going to have to take another one.
Ooh, really close, actually.
Yeah, why did Monica catch up there?
I'm not sure.
I wasn't really paying attention, but I mean, she lost so much time on the June, and now they're basically neck and neck again.
Yeah. I guess Monica lost time sometime over Remy because her bullet ball took a bit longer to spawn.
Yeah, it was probably something like that.
Oh, I remember the shoot now.
It's 2 years all coming back to you.
I so expected them to go for
Yeah, yeah.
for the Jaxi moon, but
Oh,
yeah.
look at that! They're synced moon grabs. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Remy with a little camera minute there to make sure they dove in the right direction. And then, yeah, they go past the Sphinx and straight into Flowing Sand with this route. I think Sphinx is a backup if you miss the bird, if I remember right. Because the old route used to have Sphinx in it, but I don't remember what that was swapped with.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's the route that I did. I don't remember what they swapped out Sphinx for.
So yeah, this is actually... this has been a good sand for either runners. These small mistakes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But
Remy took an extra second there to grab the checkpoint in case they die on not reverse Jaxi, on Jaxi skip. Monica not opting for it and jumping straight over to the pillar. Not sure what that strat is for.
yeah,
they're back and grab the bill.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, let's see how this Jaxi skip goes. Oh, I don't like how you do that, Monica.
Oh.
Uncapturing the bill early? No, that was so scary.
I've never seen that before, but
I've never seen that. No, you're meant to just crash the bill into the wall for Jaxi skip there. It's very, very consistent. Monica opted to uncapture. Obviously, it works for her. She knows what she's doing, but that did scare me a bit.
And then also interesting here, both runners taking a different line. Monica going, I guess, jumping off the backside of the Jaxi platform and going around the other side of the.
Yeah, that is about a second slower, I think. I definitely used to do that, but probably doesn't make too much of a difference this level. And yeah, Ray is right. The old route didn't do notes as a replacement for Sphinx. Remy taking the slightly faster line towards the tree, but managing to dive past the note and back onto the tree. So unfortunately losing the time there. Going for some spin throws to grab them. Very nice.
Alright, so again, it's only a slight difference out of sand. Couple of seconds.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's been a change up because Remy was ahead of Cascade, but again, super close. A few lead changes there, and yeah, that's Monica just in the lead heading into Lake.
Yeah. For Lake Kingdom, we're probably not going to see Lake Clubs, which is totally fair at this level. I don't know when I started doing Lake Club.
Oh, 102 for me, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I honestly, as I implemented Lake Club, I started missing the Rango fight because those spin throws to grab the coins.
Oh yeah, they are very satisfying.
They are. I don't know why, but they are hard to get, but they are really clean.
Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, yeah, I really like the Rango route for Lake. I think it has still a lot of optimization. The fish jump out the water is a classic one that I think a lot of people struggle to learn, but can be super satisfying to pull off when you're good at it, especially when you can just swim straight up, jump out without stopping, and just dive onto the platform without a cap throw. I think that's super rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Monica struggling a little bit to get over to the moon there. Also not going for the vault after the moon. I'll be interested to see what Remy does. I know a lot of beginners struggle with that. Remy had a much better line towards it, and Monica takes the bonk on the platform.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Good backup,
okay.
though,
Yeah.
with CRJ.
Yeah, really good backup. Remy did go for the vault, but just went for a walking vault. I've never really considered that there before, but I actually really like that strat. Monica taking another dive into the water. That's so unfortunate. I'm not sure what her plan is here. Ideally, she still needs the moon inside of the zipper, so I think she was again cheap crossing, jumping up to get the moon. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it, I think.
Yeah, I think that was probably the best backup there to grab the moon early. Yeah, even though you still she still has to jump down to get the fish, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just swimming over to the flower platform does take quite a long time, so
Yeah.
I respect. I think capturing the fish there is probably the best way to get back over. And
Yeah.
here we are, Remy's coming up on that one jump that I was talking about, which can be quite difficult for beginner runners. Really clean, doing it with a wall jump, makes it up absolutely no problem, love to see it.
I think the key to making it without a wall jump is that you have to hold neutral.
Surface for a second, yeah.
Exactly, and that can be hard. I always struggle with that
yeah.
because it's so hard to, I guess, estimate when the surface will be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. Monica was a slight bit too far forwards.
Yeah.
So she hit her head.
Yeah, it's really difficult to judge your position as a fish with that jump. But you're right, for some reason, if you're swimming on the surface of the water, you get a higher jump out of it with the fish than if you jump up from underneath, so... the best thing to do that is to swim up to the surface, then swim along the surface for a second, and then jump up at the end. But that is more inputs, can be more difficult, and can leave to you overshooting, kind of like Monica did.
I think in general, fish movement is not the easiest because fish just don't stop in Odyssey. They keep swimming.
Exactly.
Even if you
Yeah.
hold neutral, if you dashed before you held neutral, they will just swim.
Yeah.
So you basically always have to move. And that makes it hard sometimes to
Yeah,
adjust.
definitely. And I don't know about you, but when I first started experiencing this game, I got so confused with the fish controls. I would always press Y and B in the wrong way around to go up and down, and then I'd kind of psych myself out of it. I'd think like, oh no, I did it wrong last time, so I need to do it right this time.
Mm-hmm.
So this time, I'll make sure to press Y to go up, and then I press it, and then I start going down, and I'm like, no, that's the wrong button.
It's hard, yeah. I feel like now it's just muscle memory. I don't really think about it anymore. But yeah, I definitely used to struggle with that as well because it's so not intuitive to have a fish move up and down with two separate buttons.
Yeah, exactly.
You would
It's really, really weird.
you would expect it to be possible with just moving the stick, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how that would work either.
There we are. That was another lead change out of Wooded. That's absolutely crazy. So Remy out of Cascade, Monica out of Sand, and Remy out of Lake, not Wooded, sorry.
Both getting the rabbit and the rock moon in a clean way. No major time loss.
He spoke too soon. Monica ran straight past the bunny there by accident and has to chase it round the rock, but it's okay.
Didn't lose too much.
Of course, no tree moon, yeah. Oh, this is such a like flashback. I don't know.
Absolutely, it's been
feels
so long.
Nostalgic to see. Yeah. Oh, do you remember like the roll cancel around the corner there?
That roll, it's so clean.
Yeah, it's really clean when you get it, but kind of difficult to control your direction with it. There you go. Much more clean movement there from Monica. Remy did take a couple bonks going around that waterfall, but Monica managed to do it pretty smoothly, which is good to see. Monica maybe going for nutclip there. I'm not really sure what that was, but
slightly
it was like a last
backflip.
Yeah. I think mashing backflip and cap throw makes it not really work very well, but I do respect the effort. And now they're heading towards me. So yeah, these ones will be doing warp route, which is a really interesting wooded route that doesn't look very fast on the surface, but it just kind of is. Which is where they, after this maze moon, they grab the checkpoint, then turn around, go down to pipes, and then walk back up to the checkpoint again. It's really strange, but it's a really good route for beginners, and the only difficult part is lining up that roll quickly, which Remy managed to do no problem there. I hope Monica does the same.
Because the scary bit about this position is this place is that if you fall down, you're not dead. You're in deep woods.
You're in deep woods, which is actually... Oh no.
Oh
Monica.
Oh no.
Which is actually much worse than dying, I was about to say, because instead of just respawning at the checkpoint, now Monica has to run around inside of Deep Woods and find a seed. This could be absolutely huge for Remy. This is giving Remy a good minute or so of leeway for the rest of the run. Definitely not impossible for Monica to catch up, especially at this level. I'm sure Remi will be making these same sorts of mistakes in other kingdoms, but it does give Remi a good little chance now to just stay ahead for a bit, play consistently, and try not to lose too much of that lead. Yeah, Monica's really struggling to find a seed bot. Deep Woods can be so confusing if you don't know the layout. I mean, I still get lost in there sometimes.
Well, I
And I
get lost in
can't
it
imagine... Yeah,
all the
exactly.
time.
I can't imagine at this level how difficult that must be. So Monica took the uproot that's going to put her by the tree near the beginning, which means now she's going to have to warp again. If she knew the layout of Deep Woods... Why isn't she warping? Monica, you can warp! You have the checkpoint! Oh no. I don't think she remembers that she grabbed the checkpoint there.
Probably not.
Oh gosh. Well, I was going to say, there is one seed that takes you out right by the pond there, which would have been the best one to go for. Because she could have just gone straight into pipes, but unfortunately she didn't really know the layout of Deep Woods, which is fair enough.
I don't think that this lost too much time, like forgetting to warp, because her movement was actually really clean.
It was really good movement into pipes. There's probably only a few seconds there, but could have saved herself some trouble. And yeah, having a bit of difficulty in pipes as well. A notoriously difficult sub area for beginners and veterans alike.
I think just improvising movement in pipes is so hard.
It really is, yeah.
Like the only reason why I don't mess up pipes is because I have a cycle and I have a strat that I go for that works.
Exactly,
and, I practice it way too much, so I'm actually like decent at it now. But if I make a mistake, then I usually have such a hard time to back it up because it's just so unpredictable because of the water, because of the enemy cycles, and
yeah, exactly. I mean, there's two cycles that you're working with that kind of can interact with each other, and sometimes they get out of sync depending on the camera. The fuzzies can like stay stationary while the water's moving, and it's just all a bit of a mess.
Yeah. My strat usually is just to take damage and then damage boost through everything.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But then also cap throwing against the fuzzies can drop your inputs, which isn't nice. Right, Monica going for FRS that worked. Why did she turn around? She got a triple jump off the fence and then just dove back. Yeah. Just taking the flower road's a good idea. I do like that version of FRS. It's very, very difficult to do the roll cancel one, so just diving back from the platform and then like spin pounding back towards the fence is a good idea, but I think at this level the 2 seconds of time saved from FRS really aren't worth it, and her setup probably lost that time anyway, so
yeah,
it is a good idea just to take the flower road like she did.
I think what might have happened there is that she expected to get a ledge grab or something.
Yeah.
Because that sometimes happens to me too, that I don't expect FRS to work and then I get a triple jump.
And then you don't react in time, and yeah, I mean, it happens, especially, you know, with the mistakes in this wooded and the pressure of the race. I'm sure she's very nervous and might just be making some silly mistakes like that.
Yeah. But this race is far from over. So much can still happen in second half, so...
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially at this level, I think the first few kingdoms are some of the easiest. I mean, we've got Lost, Night Metro, Luncheon, and, like, Mech all coming up, so... Remi can't get too relaxed right now. They're still going to have to keep on their toes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is a different... No, go ahead.
I think especially Lost is really hard for beginners because one slight mistake and you're either dead or club-toed or
which is
whatever.
As good as dead, yeah. And, I mean, I think it's similar for Night Metro because there's just voids everywhere. All the places where you might bonk a Night Metro just happen to be perfectly situated above a massive void. So it's a very similar issue there.
Yeah. So what did you want to say? I interrupted you.
Yeah, I was going to say that, like we were talking about at the start of the race, we're seeing that difference between Monica and Remi's movement. When Monica has a really good, clean kingdom like Sand, she will pull ahead. However, that movement can also work against her, and then she ends up, you know, making the mistakes like she did, falling into Deep Woods and on FRS and that sort of thing, where if she just took things a bit slower, did things a bit safer, she probably would have been a lot closer to Remi.
Yeah, exactly. So this is, what are we looking at, like a 1.5 minute difference?
Yes, if that was the third phase, then about a minute and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Just under. Yeah, I mean, we'll see
Pretty
how Remy
clean.
gets through loss. Like, that could all go down the drain in the
Oh,
next 2 minutes of
absolutely.
gameplay.
Yeah. We are probably gonna see a Klepto skip.
I
I
would
don't know
hope
if it's
so,
gonna be
yeah.
meme tree or the cage
Or the
version.
cage one, yeah.
But the cage version can be really fast as well. I'm not sure how much time, if executed perfectly, it loses over meme
It's
tree.
probably not too much at all, no.
Yeah.
I imagine Remy's going to go for meme tree. I mean, 113 is starting
Yeah.
to get a pretty good time. I think they were trying to go for CRJ there. I'm
Yeah.
not, or maybe they were just trying to get on the tree to do the triple jump off it like that. But managed to make it up, no problems. Even went for the higher platform,
Oh wow.
which is quite risky, but
Worked out fine, so
yeah, exactly. Really good movement there.
I'm not blaming.
Yeah.
And then the butterfly, it's always the butterfly can be
There you go.
so frustrating.
I know. It's like you edge towards it one step at a time, and Cappy's too far away, too far away, too far away. And then you move like 1 pixel forwards, and then you're too close, and the butterfly flies away.
And then all that over a poison swamp.
Yeah, oh, exactly, on the tiny little platform. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Remy, I think using a lineup there to get the ground pound jump for the tree, also really good idea. Bonking there can knock you into the poison and kill you. I mean, yeah, I really like how Remy's playing this Lost. They're not doing fast movement, they're just kind of taking things at their own pace, stopping to line things up, but it's working out really well for them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, those couple of seconds that they've lost in movement are, you know, very worth it compared to the multiple minutes they could lose to dying or getting kleptoed.
Yeah, just small things like stopping before jumping down to this.
Yeah, exactly,
on
yeah.
the stump. Yeah, like if the rest of this Lost works out fine, then this is actually really good Lost.
Exactly. Okay, nice. Monica managing to go onto a tree a bit quicker, doing a lovely triple jump. She did take the low platform there, which I think is a good decision, honestly, because it's just not worth trying to go up to the higher one.
Yeah, and it probably loses under a second of time.
Exactly, yeah. And
Remy
yeah,
dying.
much faster butterfly
Oh,
grab
wow,
there
yeah.
for Monica.
Remy taking a death in the end of Lost, which is actually probably intended. You can
100%, yeah.
you can make it without a death, which probably loses. I don't even know how much the death loses.
I think it's 2
Not much, no.
seconds.
Something like that.
Yeah. I think it's maybe 1 second for the cap throw, and then 2 seconds if you're doing the up throw.
Yeah.
Maybe
Monica's
more, I'm
Lost
not super sure.
has been clean though as well.
Yes, it's been good. It's been, you know, mistake-free so far like Grammys, but I think the movement has been a bit cleaner in general, which does come with more risk. She didn't get the break both blocks there, which is annoying because she's going to have to hit this trapezoid again, but that is a-okay.
Absolutely. It is really hard to hit both boxes at the same time if you don't know a specific lineup or the strats where you unload one of the boxes.
Yeah, exactly. Remy doing a very clean first right warning jump and then taking the slightly safer way up to get a sandwich. Very nice. Oh, Monica. That is a risky way of doing that moon. I don't like that.
Yeah, I actually thought that she went for the safer way because she didn't jump into the moon, but kind of walked over it on the bridge and then tried to grab it from the top. But that obviously requires a tight timed dive.
Oh, that's a klepto. Yep.
No.
I was wondering how she's going to handle that, because you can either try and go... if you die there, you can either try and go for that moon again without touching any of the klepto triggers, or you can take the time, go up, you know, kill klepto and do it that way. So I wasn't really sure she's going to handle that. And she looked like she was halfway in between. I think she was thinking of going for it without getting klepto, then decided to go up to the top, but kind of didn't make the decision properly and ended up falling down and getting kleptoed anyway, so... yeah, not an ideal scenario.
Unfortunate. Just one mistimed bonk.
Okay, this said Killian's parents knocking at his door. But, I mean, this has been a super clean night matchup for Remi. She's in the Wiggler fight. Really struggling on that first phase, but, you know, no problems getting to go to sandwich, no problems getting into hall, no problems in hall. This is honestly a really solid run for Remi. I don't know what kind of pace they're on, but I think it could have potential for being. And there you go, Monica finally gets the second moon. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the jump off the bridge that Monica does there with the dive back underneath is really difficult and hard. I really don't think that's a strat that she should be trying. Because it doesn't really save any time over the recommended strat, which I believe is to just kind of start from the lower ground, long jump towards the bridge, and then wall slide against it. I think that's much easier than diving from the top, but, you know, I mean, I'm sure she's practiced both equally, and has made her own mind up on what she prefers there, so, yeah.
It's just a hard moon in general.
It is. There's no easy way of grabbing that moon, I think. Yeah, I think it's honestly wouldn't even be a bad idea to just get both of the cage moons if you struggle with it too much, because dying that, I mean, like we saw, can be such a detrimental mistake.
Clean 2-cycle Wiggler.
Yeah, absolutely lovely there.
Not easy to, even though it looked easy there, it's not easy to kill the Wiggler in 2 cycles.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And then I feel like if you actually get a 3-cycle, it's so hard to hit the remaining bubbles on the 3rd cycle, because like I usually don't remember where the bubbles are that I didn't hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the sherms in general as a capture. It's hard to control them, and they always overheat.
I know. Yeah, that's a really difficult thing to deal with, the overheating. Have you noticed? This is completely unrelated. Have you noticed the spooky Discord sounds?
I have, and
I don't know if you've updated your client.
Yeah,
when you unmute and the person screams.
Yeah, it sounds so cool.
Yeah.
I like how they add stuff like that, little Easter eggs. Oh,
yes, yeah, exactly.
Very clean moon grab.
Ooh.
Remi there.
Yeah, and lovely City Hall so far for Monica. She did start the wall jumps there very low down. I think she's gonna overshoot, delay it. Very nice. That's fine. That's fine. She saw the overshoot and fixed it in time. Yeah, I mean, it is very possible for Monica to catch up. That is not out of the question. But it will take, you know, some clean, consistent gameplay from Monica and also a couple of mistakes from Remi.
Alright, let's see how Wiggler goes for Monica. Ooh, going for the left sherm here.
Yeah, I don't know if that has any advantage or not.
It's interesting.
Are you watching on Twitch or on Discord?
I'm watching on Twitch, actually.
Oh, I was like, you're reacting to everything so late. There's a stream in the Discord call.
I was...
You're so stupid.
That makes so much sense.
Oh my god. I really was so confused as to why you reacted to everything so much later than I did. It's watching it on Twitch. Honestly.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm not that experienced when it comes to commentating,
no,
okay?
That's okay, that's okay. It was very last minute that you joined in.
I'm glad to be back though. It's been a while since I've
did
anything.
Yeah.
Ooh, unfortunate.
Yeah, going to get the heart, I respect that, because I mean, dying in this boss fight is even worse than 3 cycling. So
yeah,
just playing it safe. Yeah.
All right, let's see this 3 cycle.
Yeah, hopefully there's no problems. I mean, she didn't have any problems time-wise with the bubbles, but the remaining bubbles were just all at the very top of the building, and she couldn't quite reach it. So yeah, I think that was absolutely fine.
Nice.
Ooh, Remi. Oh, let's go.
Cool.
Sniped it.
Lining up the jump.
Yeah. Man, I really want to know what kind of pace this is for Remi, because, I mean, I haven't seen, like, any mistakes so far.
Yeah.
They
I'm
even
sure
managed to get
that.
up the tower right there, which is a super difficult part.
Yeah. I'm sure if they continue playing like this, that's comfortable PvP pace.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
Ooh, nice vector into the
Yeah.
moon there. Ah,
Oh, the depth perception.
depth.
Depth perception.
That was all planned though because they got the hint art in the process, so they can now
Exactly. It was
immediately jump down.
damage control. Yeah.
Exactly. Ooh, nice. Oh, never mind. I thought that
So
hit.
close. That was really close to bullseyeing that moon.
I was so certain that it would hit. I don't know why.
Yeah. Alright, very nice RC moon there. I'm so awful at controlling that RC car, honestly.
Oh, me too. I'm so glad that I'm capable of doing drive-by or like a scoot clip.
Yeah.
All right, Remy finishing out Metro.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very well done there for Remi. I mean, just the wooded, lost, metro, everything in this mid game has been super clean.
Yeah, this is a 35 first half, which is actually really respectable.
That, ooh, gosh, yeah. So basically, exiting metro is pretty much exactly halfway through the run. So if you don't see anyone's splits or anything, you can do a very rough pace estimate just by multiplying their metro exit by 2. Because usually the second half is within a minute of the first half in terms of how long it takes. So this could potentially be like a 111 or so for Remi if they play it really well. But again, especially at the beginner level, I think there is a lot more time loss in second half, especially in like luncheon and mech and that sort of thing. So it's quite hard to tell.
All right, into second half. I feel like second half can be more difficult for many runners because obviously if you do many resets, then you practice first half more.
Exactly, yeah. That's a huge problem that runners have in general with this game, especially recently. I've noticed there's just so many people just reset far too many runs, and then when they end up finally being on pace out of Metro, they just lose it all in the second half because it has some absolutely brutal parts, which I think people don't really give enough respect as to how hard they are.
Yeah, it's our beloved early game Andes. But I'm sure
Yeah.
that both runners here will.
Oh, Monica. I mean, there's another example of Monica going for difficult movement that just ended up losing her time. She went for a roll cancel triple jump around the corner, which is like a very high level strat there. And I mean, I would have been very impressed if she got it, and it was actually quite close, but because she went for it, she ended up falling down and losing another 15 seconds or so. Whereas Remi, although Remi went for the slower strat there, got it, and therefore, you know, pulled a bit of time there.
Yeah. My brain, when I saw Remy going into shop before getting the chest wing, I thought that they were going for ICC at first.
Oh my gosh, you've
I
got
was
so much
so
brain
confused.
rot.
I've it's been so long because that's what high level runners do. They
Yeah, get
get
the
the
shot
shop
moon
moon first.
first. Yeah, I
Because,
mean, you're right. The progression of snow routes is really interesting because you start by getting shot moon first, and then you get shot moon last for a while, and then you go back to shot moon first, and you get really good. So,
yeah, it's confusing.
yeah. I mean,
Monica?
maybe Remy is.
Oh,
We haven't counted it out yet.
yeah, I don't doubt that they could.
I'm sure they are very consistent at it. And if
Yeah,
they don't go for it, it's simply just because they're trying to play it safe and not because they don't actually know how to do it.
exactly. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Right into Glowy Joy room, a really scary room because
Oh, the poisons. Yeah, same reason as loss.
yeah.
It's just one mistake, and you are right back to the beginning.
Yeah. And then also, the cycles are different, right? When you die, the death cycle is slightly
Yes,
different
yeah,
to
that makes it a lot
the
more
normal
difficult.
cycle.
You're absolutely right.
Very nice though. Seems like Remy. Oh,
Oh, okay, we're fine, we're fine. They took that dive very risky. But yeah, Crane, you're right. Remy's movement has been super clean. I mean, I think it's been about the kind of movement that I'd expect from maybe 113 or a 112 or a 111, but it's just been super consistent, and they haven't made any mistakes past a couple bonks and stuff. Whereas Monica, although her movement is, I think, a lot higher than her PB level, you know, something I'd expect to see from someone with at least an OX. You can see in the consistency that it's just not really where it should be yet.
Remy taking one single bit of damage on the Goomba. That's okay though. Loses like 0.3 if I'm right. To refill the damage on the moon cutscene.
Yeah, I think it's closer to about a second, but
Yeah,
it's not too much. Yeah,
I was about to say that looks like more.
it is more. I mean, if it was 0.3, they wouldn't get like the heart and slots for Spewless and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly, Crane. Like I'm seeing movement that I'd expect from like a 107 from Monica, which is really impressive, but you know, also the consistency just isn't there. And I really do believe if she just slowed things down a lot, then she'd end up being a lot faster because of it. Alright, now time for the worst room, I think, in Snow. Rango room. I think this room is really difficult. I mean, it's all the corners and stuff everywhere that just like car all your momentum, and there's gaps everywhere, and the camera turns wildly without you expecting it and can launch you into the void.
I think it's similar to right side in Cap.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Where it's just such a weird movement because
Yeah.
you have to curve around a circular object in the middle, but it like feels like you're just holding right, and that makes bonks happen a lot. That wasn't right English, but you get the you get the idea.
Bonks happen a lot. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, whatever. But yeah, no problem for Remy here, taking it slow once again.
Yeah, beautiful. Alright, I found Remy's alt stream. They have a 1:11:13 best possible time. Which is pretty good, although I honestly think that it's a lot lower than that, the best possible time, because I'm sure they have lots of gold potential late game. I mean, most beginner level runners do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because late game is just so brutal.
I don't know what it is. I don't mean to be mean, but those cutscene skips, Remy.
I was about to say that. I was about to say, Remy, you're playing very well. We're very proud of you. You're on good PB pace, but you need to work on your mashing.
Like, my mashing is horrible, but you're losing a good, consistent, like, 1.5 seconds.
I think you're losing at least a second to every single cutscene, Remy, and there are 5 per kingdom. Potentially more.
Yeah, this might be just a matter of remembering what cutscenes play when, because that happens to me quite a lot that I forget.
No, that's true.
The cutscenes in the ending of Luncheon, I always forget those after the triple moon, the multi moon. But yeah.
That's so funny that you mentioned that, because I was in a call with my sister the other day, and I was helping her with some any percent stuff, and she missed that cutscene skip in her PB, and she was like laughing about it. She's like, "Oh, just ignore this cutscene skip," and I was like, "You know what? I always miss that one cutscene skip too at the end of Luncheon." So it's so funny that you've mentioned that now too. I think that's just a global thing that runners forget that one specific cutscene skip at the end of Luncheon.
Yeah, I feel like I always just feel like I'm done. I feel like I'm just done
exactly.
After I
it's
grab
like put the controller down.
Yeah. Because the multi-moon is the last thing that happens in the kingdom. But
I'll tell you what it is. It's because in other kingdoms where you get multi-moons, I think Lake, Wooded, Bowser, Ruined, the multi-moon cutscene isn't skippable, and it just puts you next to the Odyssey.
True, yeah.
So I think that's what makes Luncheon so confusing.
Yeah, it's just that in Luncheon the story actually continues after you get the multi-moon from the meat. Alright, clean Goomba room from Monica there. Now heading into the last room as well. hopefully without problems. These wind gusts that come out of the floor are also so weird
They
because
make no sense.
you can dive out of them, but like 3 times.
Yeah,
can.
they're really, really strange. I think I managed 4 dives out of 1 once.
Oh,
I was just
wow.
like messing around trying to get as many as I could, and I think I got to 4.
Nice. Ooh, Remy.
Oh, take this slow. Alright.
Nice.
If they hold neutral on the stick right now. Good. Well done, Remy. Yeah. Another
That
example of
fish
just taking it slow to avoid clipping in and losing time.
Yeah, absolutely. That fish clip was really clean. The
It
clip
was.
itself.
It was
And then
great. Yeah.
I think the out of bounds is just harder than the clip itself though, because as I mentioned in lake, fish don't really stop once they are in motion. So it's really easy to just even if you stop holding an angle on the stick, clip back and bounce because the fish is just heading straight to it. But yeah, well done by Remy there. And Monica heading into seaside as well. I think it's really hard at this point for Monica to catch up because Remy's just playing so consistently.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even though Monica's made loads of mistakes, I think even if Monica was playing really good, she'd still really struggle to keep up with Remy right now.
Remy gold seaside apparently. Wow.
Oh wow, very nice.
Yeah, that looked like a gold.
I asked Remy about their mashing, and they said that their hands are cold, so I'll forgive them.
Fair enough.
I'll let them off for that one. Yeah, Remy's playing really good, and like I said, you know, the race between the tortoise and the hare earlier. You know, like Remy's just, I mean, they're playing a lot slower than Monica with their movement, but they're just getting everything, and they haven't lost more than like 10 seconds in one piece of movement over the whole run.
Yeah. Yeah, this was like one of this right there, the bonk on the way onto this, like onto the platform, was one of the only mistakes that I can remember, honestly, that lost like more than a second.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, that jump up to the salt moon is really difficult. I mean, partly just because it's a really high jump, but also because the wall sticks out a bit, and if you get too close to the wall, you'll bonk your head on it and fall down, and if you go too far away, then you're just too far away to make it up. So I think a lot of people struggle with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then once you implement the hardest strat called salt triple, it just gets worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright, Monica taking some fish bongs in the tunnel, which is fair enough. It's really hard to maneuver the fish without any difficulties.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. I mean, it's exactly what you expect.
Yeah. They lose more time than you think. I think it's like a second per fish bonk.
I think so, yeah. Because even though you keep moving on like a Mario bonk, it just cuts your speed so much.
Yeah. And that's so frustrating because they happen everywhere.
They do. They're so hard to avoid.
Yeah. Oh, taking 2 damage.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Alright, let's see this fish clip. Hopefully no clipping back in.
Remy! Oh my gosh. Everything's happening at once now. Alright, nice. Looks good to me. Oh, didn't quite dash fast enough, but she did manage to get the fish slightly lower down. Just doing it piece by piece right there. Yeah, all of those clips would have worked, but for some reason Monica just isn't dashing with the fish. If you dash with the fish, like, just after you recapture it, you'll get a bunch of speed and you'll clip straight out. And all 3 of those, or all 2 of those that didn't work, would have been fine if she dashed, but she just didn't.
But she probably saved that time back on the out of bounds because that...
The out of bounds was really good.
Really
Yeah,
good.
really, really clean.
I couldn't have done it better.
Yeah, genuinely.
Nice.
This is a question for you, RemiTh and chat as well, I guess. Would you rather have really cold hands or really warm, sweaty hands in a run?
I think I'd rather have sweaty hands because...
Yeah.
Like, I get sweaty hands when I'm nervous. So what I usually do is I just, like, wipe my controller
Wipe them
sticks
down, yeah.
on my shirt. And that works because the 6 will get sweaty again, but by that time I will have grabbed the next moon and can wipe them
Yeah,
again.
because the sections of gameplay in this game are so short. I mean, it's usually
Yeah.
only like 10 seconds between cutscenes every time, so plenty of time to wipe it down.
Yeah, and cold hands are so annoying. I remember when I went for sub-hour back in 2022, I think it is.
All right, man.
I
Don't rub it in.
no, I remember like when I normally did runs in the evening, and I had table tennis training before that, and I had to walk home from table tennis training.
Oh yeah.
And I used to like tap my fingers against my jacket in my pockets to kind of warm them up for
To make sure they're
mashing.
warm enough for runs, yeah.
And that was, I don't know, that was so weird because I mean it worked, but it's just such a like weird thing to do for a couple of seconds of time save in a video game. But yeah, I was
Yeah, on the way home from your table tennis practice. Yeah, Monica got a really nice Salt Moon there, first try up. Unfortunately, really struggling to get into the Dispute Arena, but I do not blame her. The geometry on those walls is genuinely awful.
Yeah.
Let's see if Remy gets these Podoboo jumps. Oh, very nice. It's a notoriously difficult part for beginners, trying to get those jumps, because they are a bit glitchy. They rely on you jumping up a slope and getting more height than you should do, so they can be really hard to get the positions right, but Remy managed to do it with no problems.
Alright.
Yeah, it would have been 2023 you were going for sub-hour, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There's no way.
I don't know, it's been a while though. I think it was January 2023.
Yeah, we'd have to check your documentary video.
Well, I don't know. I want to go for 58 at some point though.
Wait for me.
Yeah, I will.
Wait till I get sub-hour and then we'll go for it together. Except
Ooh.
I'm gonna ban you to playing exactly 50% as much as I can. So
Okay.
if I do 4 streams a week, you can only do 2.
Fair enough.
And then we'll probably be on an even playing field.
Alright, really sketchy shards moon from Monica there, but it worked without taking damage.
Monica went for Forkless there, which was an interesting decision. Because I think that strat only saves 2 seconds if you do it with all of the roll boosts all the way along the top. It's much faster just to capture the fork and fling up the mountain that way. But yeah, I mean, that's something you often see a lot from beginner runners, especially if they learn a lot of the run from watching other people, is that you end up just not actually finding out what is good for beginners and what's not. Because if you just see, all the runners you watch going for forkless or something there, you just don't really question it. You're just like, oh, it's faster to skip the fork. But if you actually delve in, watch the tutorials, talk to people, that sort of thing, you'll find out that it's really not faster to capture the fork unless you do the super good movement.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's see if Remy remembers the cutscene after this.
Oh, I'm so excited. Do you guys think that Remy can skip this cutscene?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Oh.
Oh. No. I'm so sorry, Remy. Oh dear.
Oh no.
What did we do?
Alright. That luncheon, it had quite a few small mistakes.
Yeah.
Nothing
As
major.
a luncheon would. Luncheon is really difficult.
Yeah.
Remy splits at weird times.
Oh. When do they split?
They split when the moons go in the Odyssey. Like, you know how the sail fills up and then it goes boomf and it shows the new moon counter. That's when they split.
Oh. I remember.
I mean, they saved. Never mind. Ignore me. Yes.
I remember when I started running this game for Lost and Ruined, I split for I split for the, well, basically when the, I can't speak. When you press A and the black bar kind of fades to the left.
Yeah,
of the screen,
yeah.
I split there and not after you skip the cutscene afterwards.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It was annoying because that meant that my splits were always like a second or whatever the difference is off from everyone else.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to change it though, because all of my split files and live splits were already like adjusted to that. But yeah, I ended up doing it at some point. All right, clean cheese break by Monica there. That can be also really hard to control the
Oh, for sure,
Bambro. Getting the Toad hint out as well.
Honestly, I think it's worth it for beginner runners if they like have the right computer for it to get SMO auto split. Because it's a really, really good tool. It works really well, and you know, a lot of people really struggle to remember like where to split in certain kingdoms, which is fair enough because it changes a lot between kingdoms. So, if you have a tool that does it for you, you don't really have to ever think about it.
I only downloaded it a couple of weeks ago, and
yeah,
it's been super cool, super fun. Alright, Monica turning the camera there in order to see where she's going. This part of luncheon is also really hard because if you fall down there...
That is so awful, yeah.
If you fall down there, there's a backup actually, but that's also really weird because you kind of run up a straight wall with the higher speed, and
yeah, exactly.
It can work, but it's really weird as well.
It's not a hard backup, but you need to practice it beforehand and know what you're doing. You can't just kind of go for it without knowing how it works. It's definitely one to learn. Alright, let's see how Monica's post-multi-moon cutscene skip is.
Can
hardest
she
cutscene skip
stay
in the
back
game.
behind? Absolutely.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean,
it wasn't great, but it did save time on Remy. It did save time. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that luncheon was okay, Monica. There are a few mistakes, but nothing too detrimental that I saw, at least.
Yeah.
You know, especially compared to, like, Wooded and Lost and that sort of thing. And Remy didn't have the best luncheon, so I feel like it definitely at least broke even on that.
No.
But speaking of Remy, they're heading into Bowser's, still on incredible pace. I mean, yet to make a single, like, big mistake in the whole run. I'm super impressed at how Monica's playing, and... Not Monica. I am impressed with Monica, but I was meant to say I'm super impressed with how Remy's playing. And I think they have pretty good potential for maybe even a 1-11 this run.
Yeah. Alright, Monica heading into Ruined.
Oh, I am impressed with Monica. Monica's managed to back some things up really well, and like I've said a few times, her movement is really good. Her movement is far above what I'd expect from her level. And when she pulls it off, it's super fast and definitely saving a lot of time over Remy, but it's just the consistency that I think needs a bit of work still, which is very easy to work on. You know, I don't think it's ever really too early to do partials or ILs or no resets or anything like that. They work at any level, and just to build up your familiarity with the game, your familiarity with the movement, and start to learn how Mario works a bit more so you can control the kind of faster speeds that you're going at.
Ooh, beautiful bird drum by Remy there.
That was really, really good. Oh. That was really good.
That was
like the one jump setup perfect. For it. Yeah. They just uncaptured, jumped through Cappy, and got it. Yeah. It's very nice.
Alright, coming up next for Remy is the Shards Island, which is, in my opinion, one of the hardest parts in Bowser's. Maybe, yeah, maybe Mech.
Mech is definitely harder at a beginner level, but I mean, don't sleep on Shards. Shards is scary.
Absolutely. So we'll see how Remy deals with that.
Very nice movement up to the wire. Absolutely. I mean, what I'm seeing from Remy is that they just have practiced everything, and they have movement for each section of the run.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't really see any bonks or, like, trying to go for things and misjudging distances. I think that they know exactly what jumps to do at each point, and they're absolutely nailing them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. Monica finishing off the the dragon fight here. I don't think that she lost any time there.
No, the dragon fight was okay. I was keeping an eye on it. Remi is having some trouble in shards, which is fair enough. I mean, like we said, it's a really difficult part. They really struggled to get up the roof to the third one and got stuck down there with the bomb shooting at them, eating cat throws, but managed to get out. It's alright. I think that's honestly the first like major mistake we've seen from Remi, which for an 90% run is very impressive, because even at a high level you expect to see at least 1 or 2 like 10-second, 15-second mistakes. So the fact this is the first one that Remi made, I'm honestly super impressed.
Yeah, totally.
Did you get confused by daylight savings time this morning?
I actually didn't, because
Okay.
I wanted to go to bed early last night, but then I ended up reading for like 4 more hours because I was just so into my book. So I ended up going to bed at like 3:30 in the morning.
Nice.
And I slept until 12, and I did not notice. I only noticed when I met up with a friend today, and he told me.
And you got an extra hour of sleep without realizing.
Yeah, exactly. Would it be possible to do a run with DSDA if the time got set back? Because
what are you waffling about?
No, listen. The switch clock is weird. I think it works if you set the
what are you... If the time goes backwards.
Yeah. Like
the
what do you
grow? If it goes back an hour.
I mean,
are you hearing yourself?
Will the seed ungrow if the time goes back? I think it will grow. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I know.
Well, it doesn't ungrow, but it wouldn't grow.
I don't know. Maybe it only measures like the difference in time, not if it's actually like positive.
It measures the delta. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird.
I swear this works.
Oh man. So actually, I've done one every year since I started speedrunning the game. Actually.
Oh wow.
IRL DSTA run.
I think I've
fun.
done it once.
Yeah, you probably did it with me.
Yeah.
Went to bed late, so me too. So I was playing Zelda, and I said that I would stop at 2 AM, and I looked at the clock like 3 times in the 1 AM hour, and I think the last time I looked at the clock was like 1:38 or something, I remember. And then I looked at the clock again, and it was 1:01, and I was like, what? Oh, it's so... my first thought was, oh, it's so early, I still have another hour. And then it was like, no, but I definitely checked it like multiple times. And I paused the game, and I just sat there, like, so confused. And I thought that I like gotten amnesia and started going crazy. I could not figure it out. I was like, how is it 1 AM? I swear that it was 1:45 like a second ago. And I was just sitting there, and like 2 minutes later, I was about to check myself into a mental hospital, and then I was like, oh wait, no. it's daylight savings. And then I had an extra hour of Zelda.
Nice.
Very good evening. Would recommend.
Yeah.
Really good shards from Monica while I was absolutely waffling there.
Yeah.
Very clean. Definitely saved a good amount of time on Remi there. And Remi's fights were also pretty good.
Alright, Remi's now able to skip the Crates Moon because they did Bird Jam.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Definitely worth it on this level, I'd say, because the Crate Moon can be really
for sure,
hard and
yeah. I think it's one of those things where it's not just harder, but if you go for Crate as a beginner, you'll probably lose time to just doing Bird Jam, because Crate only saves a couple seconds, and that's if you like triple jump around the corner and do the really risky movement to get up there, so...
Especially with such a good Bird Jam. Oh!
Yeah, exactly.
Remi falling down.
Oh no, that was painful.
Managing to save it though, because people die here there a lot. I've done it.
I know, I'm very glad that they didn't die, but yeah, I mean, taking the fall not only a couple jumps up, but all the way at the top is really unfortunate. I think this is probably just nerves kicking in. I imagine that they're a little bit anxious for this pace, so
yeah,
I don't blame them. We just gotta pray that Met goes well.
Yeah.
Definitely the hardest part of the run for, you know, most beginners and intermediate runners. Can be really brutal, especially with shaky hands.
Oh, lovely. Lovely strat though.
Yeah, the 2-hit, that's really nice.
Yeah, I think this is another good example of like knowing the strats, even if it's a slower strat. But the fact that Remy like hit the first bomb and then jumped into the second bomb.
Yeah, it's really, really nice, yeah. Instead of waiting for the second one to spawn after a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you just, you know, if you optimize the quote-unquote slower strats, they can end up actually just saving you a lot of time in consistency.
Absolutely. Alright,
No
managing
birdless.
to stay on top though. Nice.
I would not expect birdless from a 113 runner. I think birdless is at least a 10x strat, if not higher. It's hard. It's really hard, birdless. Very nice topper kill. Alright, this might be sketchy. I really hope that they get back up on the mech. Oh, let's go, Remy! Let's go!
That was so clean.
That was insane. That was a beautiful mech. Literally perfect. I mean, the double hit with the bombs on the first phase, the hitting topper before the mech like spins around and jumping back on top and getting Ranger straight away, that was amazing. This is definitely big PB base for Remy.
Just small things like hitting Harriet on the first jump there in the end as well. That can be really hard because the
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so hard to judge if you don't know like where the mech moves. Alright, so here we see Monica going for the Crate Moon, and that's what I was talking about before. You know, like we saw her going for Forkless, where she probably just sees the runners that she watches on Twitch going for it and thinks that it's faster, but it is actually just objectively slower to go for the Crate Moon. If you do that movement that she just did, it only saves time if you kind of jump around the corner, which obviously is a really difficult piece of movement. So yeah, I hope that Monica does have a look at her strats, because I think she's doing riskier stuff, you know, which is adding a lot of potential for time loss, and then not even necessarily saving much time with it.
Yeah, and Remy's definitely on big PB pace. This is, depending on the moon, obviously 112 pace, I'd say, or even 111. 111 is probably going to be hard, but 112 for sure.
Yeah, have a look at that BPT. Their BPT is 112.00, so it is not out of the question. I mean, their best moon is a 620, which definitely has a lot of room for improvement, so we'll see how it goes. And here we go. Monica knocking down the mech. She didn't go for the double bomb hit, which is totally okay. I mean, I think it's a bit weird to set up, but let's just hope that she manages to stay on top of the mech here.
Going for a different strat, not using the bird to stay on top.
It does the same thing, really. Yeah, and made it back on top, no problem. Nice.
Very clean top.
Got top without falling off. Still staying on top. This is a super good mech so far. Oh, stuck on the face. Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's so annoying because
it is.
He definitely had the height, but that stupid face.
Yeah, the face sucks. It just, if it rotates in the wrong direction, you can get caught against it. It is possible to back up.
Oh.
Everything's okay. Everything is okay.
Oh my god! Don't scare me like that.
Oh, Remy. It is possible to save it if you dive onto the face, like Monica did that, but it's weird and doesn't always work. Basically, if you dive back onto the mech and it rotates so you get caught against the face, if you just mash both A and B, then like 50% of the time you'll just get back on. But it's obviously completely random if you're just mashing the buttons. Oh, the mooncave skip! Oh, Remy! Let's go. Okay. I got scared there. Remy cut their final like wall jump a bit short, and like barely made it up, and then went with the side flip to get on top of the bridge. But it worked out for them. They're in the chapel, very much 111 pace.
And very nice mech kill by Monica there.
Yeah, I mean, she managed to get back on the mech, get the last two bubbles, no problem. It was a really good backup.
Alright, but now all eyes on Remy. Fighting Bowser, really nice first shot here. That can be hard as well to time.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Shake to get the hat back in time. Because the window to get the hat back is actually not too big, because if you're too close to Bowser, he will just grab the hat and you will have to wait a couple more seconds. But if you're too far away, then it will take too long to get to Bowser to punch him, so Bowser will just jump away.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It's very strange to set up.
And that's the case for all 3 phases, so yeah, managing to get the first 2 really clean though. And Monica now just finishing off Bowser. Right, let's see how
we'll
this...
see both runners in the same kingdom in a second, and Remy is now approaching the final phase. Let's not mess it up now, Remy. 3 jumps and 1. Oh no!
That
Taking
looked
a
like it
punch.
would work.
Yeah, it's not a huge time loss. I mean, this is still massive PB pace, but that could be it for that 111 that we were hoping for. I mean, if there's any, like, place to mess up third phase, it's definitely right there at the beginning. So as long as they get these jumps, it still should be totally okay. Yeah, there's a chance of that kills in 111, unfortunately.
That's fine, this is still PB pace by over a minute, so...
Hell yeah.
We'll just focus on that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the last big potential choke point is probably the 2D section. That can be super janky if you're not familiar with it, but I mean, I don't imagine they'll be going for 2D skip as long as they don't, like, go for something stupid like XD or something. I think it should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole XD thing is quite funny, and it's fun that there's this super strat people go for, but at the end of the day, it loses 2 or 3 seconds, and also just risks you killing your whole run, so it's just not worth going for. Remy goes... okay. Okay. That's great. That's great, Remy. Oh, going for 2D! Oh my gosh. Beautifully done. Oh, they do it. Okay, okay. Well done. Well done, Remy. Listen, I can't support you in your XD ventures. If you get like a 112.01, then you know that XD killed the 111, but... let's see this pillars. Come on, Remy. Let's clutch it out. Big PB pace. Potential 111 pace, honestly. Look at that! 101 pillars.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. It'll be difficult. That's really difficult to do, especially at this level, but it is not impossible, especially if they get a good few shots on the first pillar here. Unfortunately, I don't think any of those hit. Okay, we got 3 hits. 4 hits. Missed the 5th. Oh, no.
Alright.
I'm not sure. I think it'll be close. Alright, really nice second pillar. Lovely. Let's go. These are super clean pillars, apart from the first one. I'm impressed with this.
In my opinion, one of the hardest, the last one.
Oh, absolutely, but I mean, absolutely landing those shots. That was beautiful. I wish I could get 4th pillars like that. Let's go. And I think that is Remy with the 112.06?
Something like that. I'm really bad at
112.05.
long paces.
Absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
We love to see it. GG Remy. The huge PB, the 1.5 minute PB for Remy. Let's get some claps in the chat. But also... let's get some people cheering for Monica. Let's get some cool cats, whatever you want. Because Monica is in the final Bowser fight, about to finish out this race.
Still a really good run from Monica as well. Only a couple minutes off.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really shaky mid-game around Lost and Metro, but since then, everything's been super clean. I mean, it was a good Bowser's, decent luncheon, good moon so far. And yeah, I think that Monica really did stand a chance against Remy if Remy didn't also happen to PB by so much, because, I mean, that's just kind of crazy.
Absolutely. Alright. Nice Bowser fight. No major mistakes. Now also heading into escape.
Yeah, let's go. Let's cheer on Monica as she finishes this out. Last couple of minutes now.
I can't believe that Remy went for XD skip on such a pace. I would have been way too nervous to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, Alright, let's see what strat Monica chooses in the 2D section.
Yeah, I really don't recommend doing 2D skip. It's really just needlessly difficult and risky for only a couple seconds of time save. But it looks like she's going for it. Let's hope it works. Very nice. Very clean.
Very really. Alright, no XD skip. Fair enough.
Good. Yeah, Monica's really been improving super fast. It's super cool to see.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she PB'd by over a minute and a half just this morning, and I think, you know, this run was only lost to the shakiness of, you know, the race environment, that sort of thing, because this is still only a couple minutes off PB, and I think, you know, especially with this late game, it had good potential.
Yeah. What was her PB yesterday? For she PB today? This probably still beats that. If it was a 1.5 minute PB.
I'm not super sure what her... It was some 115. I don't know if it was mid or low, but yeah, this potentially still beats her old PB from before this morning. Let's see, she PB'd by 126, which means that it was a 115.25? No. I can't do maths. 115.17. Her old PB.
Yeah,
so I think this is like +2 on that. I think this is an 18 or a 19.
Yeah, which is really good. GG's for Monica as well.
Yeah, GG, Monica. Honestly, really well done.
Yeah, as you said, 2 seconds.
Yeah,
off
just
of
like
her.
I said. Wow,
Nice.
I mean, amazing race, you two. You played that super, super well. Huge congrats on a PB, Remy. Super deserved. I mean, like we said, I don't know if you were listening or if you're listening right now, but just the whole run, Remy played super well. Very few mistakes, consistent, clean movement the whole way through. And yeah, Monica, I think Monica has so much potential in this game to improve. Like we said, her movement is super good. It's something we'd expect to see from at least one OX runners or better. It's just the consistency she needs to work on. Maybe taking out a few strats which aren't super consistent or aren't fast at her level. And, you know, making sure to be more careful all around with what she's doing. So yeah, I think we have the runners for a quick post-match interview, if you're down for that.
Sounds good.
I'll move them into the booth.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Hello, Remy.
Hi.
Hello, you two.
Congratulations.
Oh my god. I'm
Yeah,
like,
congratulations, Remy.
dude, why did I get like a minute PB? That's crazy. I'm shaking. My hands were so cold that entire time. I ended up like just skipping all the cutscenes with my left hand for like a bunch of it. And I'm already bad at cutscene skipping, so they were just abysmal. So I was like, yeah. I need to like practice my mashing skills, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But no, congrats on the PB. I mean, we were just saying before you joined the booth, like you played that so well. Genuinely, there was like maybe 2 mistakes that were over 10 seconds, and everything else was just so consistent, so clean. We could tell that you'd practiced all the movement. You knew what you were doing everywhere. I'm really impressed with that run. Like super well done.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty surprised that I actually managed to get the fast Madame Bruce strats, because when I've been practicing, I've been getting it like 1 in 10 tries, like on average. So getting that, I was like, oh my gosh, I got it.
Yeah, that definitely helped. It did. Yeah, and I mean, it could have been a 111 if you just didn't mess up that Bowser phase at the end.
Yeah, I know. I realized that, and I was like, oh, I think I looked up and I was like, oh my god, what the heck is this pace? Because I'm not used to looking at these live splits, and I was like, oh, I'm comparing to average. Okay, cool. So I had like no gauge of where I was at, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, fair enough. And Monica, congratulations on finishing out your first tournament race. I know that mid-game didn't go too well, you know, Wood had lost, that sort of thing. But I think other than that, you played super well. We were both really impressed with your movement in a lot of places. And it's just, you know, your consistency with a few of the tricks and piece of movement that needs work. So what do you think about, you know, this race and your journey so far?
You know, I'm surprised I got a 115 out of there, considering I got Kleptoed and fell into Deep Woods and was completely lost all my orientation in Deep Woods. I had no idea where I was or where I needed to go. And I still did somehow pull off a 115.
Yeah, and it was only, what, 2 seconds off your old PB from yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, super
this is the
impressive.
most surprising. This is almost the PB I got during the race we got during Eden's marathon, and yeah, I was surprised towards the end. I also do want to mention I somehow managed to go Luncheon and Moon. Luncheon
Oh,
by like
wow.
10 seconds and Moon by 3 seconds. I have no
Wow,
idea
good
how I
job,
pulled that
Monica.
off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly, once I like messed up the beginning movement of Cap a bit, I started getting really unsure about everything and kind of nervous about my run.
Yeah. I can imagine.
And at some point, I'm pretty sure I started shaking so much and my hands were so cold,
Mhm.
which probably was the reason I missed the bridge moon and fell into deep woods. But
That's
whatever.
totally fair though. Races are
Races
always
are
scary.
so scary. I
It's not
remember like
comparable.
how fast my heart was beating for my first ever race, and it kind of is always like that. It never really gets any less scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not comparable at all to normal PB attempts because you will never be nervous in cab for a normal run, but in races you are, and that's why it's even more impressive that both of you managed to get such good runs.
Yeah,
So yeah, well done.
especially falling in deep woods, that's huge to get a 115. You're getting a huge
Yeah.
PB soon. I'm calling it, like 100%. You're getting a good PB soon.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
You're gonna shave off like 2 minutes just randomly on a random day.
Yeah, I'm so ready for it. So yeah, thank you guys for racing. It was a really good
Thanks
race
for
to watch. I'm
commentating.
looking forward to
for
both of your
commentating.
journeys because you both have so much potential for big PBs. So I hope we continue to see you guys grinding.
Yeah, awesome. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
So yeah, thank you guys. Make
Absolutely.
sure to watch
Thank you.
back the race if you weren't listening
Yeah,
to the
I
commentary. I
absolutely
think
will.
we gave a
So
few
curious.
tips and pieces of advice here and there. And we are slightly behind schedule, but we will be back very shortly after a short break for a race. Cherry Kerry versus 12-7, another Division D race. So we'll see you guys in just a second. And thank you so much for commentating, LePetit. You're a pleasure to talk to.
I'm glad I had fun. Thanks for racing, guys.
Hell yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, bye bye, I guess. See
Bye-bye,
you guys.
chat. Thank you for
Bye.
watching,
Goodbye,
guys.
everyone.